It's just so funny that like every man jerks off because it's like to me it's just so gay.
Oh, that's
like,
interesting.
It's like all straight men are like, oh.
No, dude, there's a difference.
Like,
no,
no,
we
like,
do it in silent, like assassins. We do it. No, it's a cold, efficient. Like there's no sensuality
They're
to it.
cupping their balls.
I'm trying to extract the demon from my body so that I can
demon.
think clearly.
Yeah.
And you just.
Hey guys, I'm on tour. Come see me live at Charleston, South Carolina, May 29th through the 31st. Hartford, Connecticut, June 5th. Hoboken, New Jersey, June 7th through the 8th. Brooklyn, New York, I'm headlining the Bell House, June 10th. Syracuse, New York, June 11th. Albany, New York, June 12th. Chicago, Illinois, June 18th. Denver, Colorado, June 20th and 21st. Buffalo, New York, June 26th through 28th. Nashville, Tennessee, July 25th and 26th. Seattle, Washington, August 29th and 31st. And Richmond, Virginia, November 14th through the 15th. And all my dates are my punch-up links on all my on all of my socials. Thanks, guys.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad.
To drag out horror.
No. So I don't know. I feel like you're a person who doesn't believe in face blindness.
What's that mean?
It's like I can meet somebody and then like them but not remember them at all.
No, I remember everybody's face, but I can never remember anybody's name.
So yeah, it'll be a thing where I'm like, yeah, no, I do
a lot of that.
can see.
I do a lot of like, yeah, hey, what's up?
Hey,
Good
buddy.
to see me. Yeah.
I go, I can see that you think you know me, and I go,
There
great.
are people that I don't know if I have or haven't met.
That's the worst one though. When
Yeah.
you're like, should I? Like when
Yeah.
you see someone and you're like, I feel like I know them, and then they say something to you and you have to like introduce the guy next to you.
Yeah, I do that, but that's why I wear different clothes all the time, so that so that people like get used to seeing me in different places and different things.
You do it for everyone else.
Yeah.
So that they can be
So
up
that-
to speed
'cause though, if I get a
on your
haircut-
many vibes.
Right. If I get a haircut, no one goes, oh, I didn't recognize you. They go,
Right.
I've actually seen you look so many different ways.
Yeah.
And casting directors go, actually, I think he can play this role. I've
Yes.
seen him in that outfit.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
So
think
it's for casting directors.
Yeah,
The whole
not
thing is for
everybody.
casting
Yeah.
directors.
It's for to make my life easier, you
Yeah.
know? And these casting directors, you got to live your life for casting directors.
100%.
There's no way that a guy that looks so different every time a casting director sees them is a good thing.
You don't know casting directors.
Yeah, if I'm
He's
a
got
casting director, I'm
range,
thinking
dude.
I want to know the guy.
I don't
that
even
does,
know what race he is.
Thank you. I can do blackface. I'm just saying I can.
Yeah.
For enough money,
Oh.
there's a number.
price
There's a
for
number for
everybody.
Well, it'd
that.
have to be because it'd be the last time you worked.
Correct.
Yeah,
It would
so,
have to be
yeah.
that amount of
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
If you want to pay me up front for my career and want me to fuck off,
Yeah.
give me the paint.
There's a group that would like you afterwards too. I don't know.
I don't want
Unfortunately,
that
I don't want
group.
that.
I don't want
Yeah, you
that
don't want that
That's not
group,
the
but
group you want.
they'll.
Tyler Fisher's crowd.
Yeah.
I saw a lady in Whiteface
Oh, black
Yeah.
woman.
in Dallas. Yeah, she was in full whiteface, but I think she was just mentally ill.
Yeah.
But I also
Oh.
wasn't sure if she was getting her get back, and I was like, I respect it, and you're allowed
I
to do
saw
that, and
White-
I'm not going to weigh in.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
look,
have an opinion on whiteface.
I don't have an opinion either. I've known.
I saw a
it's
white
fine.
woman. I saw a white
It's
woman in
fine
like
by me.
the
Fine by me.
lightest shade of foundation I've ever seen in my entire life, and she was clearly mentally ill because I was like, if you think that matches, and she was also making a scene at Jamba Juice, but
A lot of mentally ill
Yeah,
things going
yeah.
on. Yeah,
I
she's
saw-
not well. She needs a boost.
There was something about
it was
two.
Juice Land, but Jamba Juice sounded better.
It does, but if she's having a mental breakdown, it's Juice Land.
yeah.
If there was something about 2008 where girls didn't know how to match their face to their neck, and I recently saw a girl walking by. I think I was in Denver. It doesn't matter. And I look at her and I go, and then another girl saw me look at her like that and laughed at me, and I was like, wait, did I just out myself?
It's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or was she like connecting with you?
No.
Was she like she saw what you saw?
Like that dumb
And she-
bitch's makeup is awful.
Yeah. And then you're laughing, and then it's laughing, and now we can have this.
But I
moment.
was going, am I gay? And she
Yeah.
was like, no, we're friends. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I saw Republican makeup for the first time in the wild. I've only seen it online. Have you ever seen those
Tell me.
clips? Like there's clips that like liberal people started making fun of Republican women because there's like a
Oh,
certain set of
yes.
Republican makeup that wear. And I'd never seen it in real life, but I was driving to Dallas and we stopped at Chick-fil-A like halfway through. And one of the girls at Chick-fil-A just had like the most Republican makeup I've ever seen. I think she literally had like a little bit of like blue eyeshadow over here and like super rosy cheeks and like a really shitty eyeliner. I go,
So
There
is
she
it? Can you explain it? Because I've seen I saw a headline about it, but I didn't read the article. Is it like they're painting themselves like a porcelain doll?
Yeah, they're trying, but they look
Right.
like all nasty as usual. So it's like,
I was like, what's Republican makeup come on your face in the congressional bathroom secretly?
I'm 11.
they're not fun enough to get cum on the face. They're like,
Some of them are. Wasn't there a guy, Larry
of them-
Craig? Was he Republican?
Who?
Larry Craig. He was trying to get his back blown out in the Colorado airport, and I think he was a Republican and was secretly gay. He was doing the toe. He was doing a toe tap.
oh yeah.
Which was a thing.
Is that why the
Which is a thing.
I'm asking you.
we never know how to do that kind of stuff.
I've only been toe tapped once, and it was by Ian Fidance. And I didn't know if it was for real because he goes, "Come on, buddy." And I was like, we're starting out at a 10. I need to kind of ease your way in.
So funny.
Yeah, it's before I know him.
It
Now
for
he's
sure was real.
now
For sure.
Well,
was
it's
real.
hard to like mix sexual energy and bit energy.
I hate that. I'm like,
I
if
don't
we're
even
having
like
sex,
hanging
we're
out with
having
people
funny.
who are doing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sex isn't funny
No.
unless
it's
you're in
not.
a loving relationship and you can laugh about things. But if you don't know someone that well, no, I want your devil side.
Yeah. No. The second you break character, it's a softener. know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. You know,
It can
like
be. There can be a moment where it's like, okay, something happened. You know, maybe you get a queef or something, and you maybe can address that.
I feel like queefs happen all the time.
Not in my experience.
In my experience,
Okay.
just saying.
Limited sample size potentially.
Not limited.
Not limited.
Colton had sex with a lot of women before coming out.
But then I'm wondering if I like was trying to come out like pulling out and putting in too much. You
That
know?
is what
That's
it
how you
is.
use it. But I
That's
think
a-
it was my style.
You were just trying to come out as much as you can.
No,
I
I
ask
like
a straight person question. How often when you're fucking is like, how far out are you taking your dick before you go back in?
It depends. I mean, if you got it like that, then
Yeah.
all the way out and all the way in.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
that's much
wow.
harder.
Oh, it's a flow thing though. There's like
Yeah.
rhythm to it. Sometimes you do the full stroke and then sometimes you do the full deep in and then
Yeah.
it's just you want to it's like a DJ set. You want to have the hard music
It's a
and
full
then
story.
soft beautiful
Yeah,
moments.
yeah.
Yeah, you're telling a tale. You're
Yeah, yeah,
weaving
yeah.
crying
Okay.
at the end. I'm like, this song is so
It's
it's
so
touch.
yeah.
It touches. Yeah.
You want to
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
like Avicii.
Are you're married though, right?
I am.
Okay.
Whoa.
But we
crazy.
do have sex.
No, that's. I thought you were gonna say we are open, and then I forgot you're
No.
straight.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's less common.
Yeah.
It is less common, but like you've probably heard that it is a possibility, and you go, "Oh, not for me."
That's a good question. I mean, like, it's as someone who's on the road all the time, you think about it. It's like, oh, there could be some positives to that, but I feel like every time I hear of straight couples trying it, it's basically like a year before they break up.
Yeah.
And you think about the advantages and then the disadvantages, and it's like, I might just be better off not having other guys fuck my wife and just living a simple life and
Yeah.
I think
focusing
a lot
on
of
my career instead of vomiting in the bathroom, because that sounds horrible to me. But that could be a personal problem.
Wait, why would you be vomiting in the bathroom?
If I was like coming on this podcast right now and she's like, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna go get fucked right now, I wouldn't feel great.
Oh,
You'll get used to it.
for sure. Yeah.
And maybe that's something that I could work on, or I don't have to.
You don't have to.
and
I
I
don't
could
think
just
you-
not have
I
to
think
work
it's
on
also
that.
okay to be like, yeah, we're traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's okay.
I think
in a
it's
lot
beautiful.
of spaces, it's a lot easier at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
to explain.
Yeah.
Saying traditional makes it seem too.
Republican.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to say normal, but like maybe like continental. I don't know. What's like
Like a continental
breakfast.
It's not as good of a breakfast, but you can get it at any hotel.
Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I agree.
Continental.
If I was against it, and then you said that, I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
You're open. Does it bother you ever? Does you get jealous at all?
I
Only
I
for
did
6
get
months that you talked about
I
on the podcast.
I
every
did
single
get
day.
jealous once. I did get jealous once.
It's great content.
Yeah,
Don't get
where
me
we-
wrong. It's
where we-
phenomenal
Where we
content.
accidentally doxed the one person that Chip fucked, and then all of our listeners started like,
I didn't know.
Sounds like a real accident, Colton.
yeah.
No, I really didn't know how much little information you needed to get doxed. I thought I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll give the first name only. his job title,
And the
and where
city.
he was.
Yeah.
And then if you type
That's
in
a lot of things, dude. I used to be a recruit. I'm on LinkedIn. That's 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, you didn't even have to go to LinkedIn. Google, you type in those 3 words, and
Yeah.
it was the first person up.
Yeah.
So I am sorry about that. I won't do it again. So I was about to apologize. To the
You haven't
person.
done enough creeping on people.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he's the kind of hot. He doesn't have to.
I think
You know
that's
what I mean?
true.
Colton
I think
would
that's
also-
true.
Colton
Yeah.
would also be a bad creeper because he would like double tap on accident
Yeah.
or something and alert his presence.
Well, they're gonna want to know I'm looking.
no, they don't.
They want to know I'm here. Hi, I'm creeping on you. I don't think you understand creeping.
I think eventually creeping leads into a relationship, and I think we should just cross that bridge right away.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I think that is your experience.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Colton has that
So-
like kind of hot girl energy that you're kind of like, why is she acting like that?
Yeah.
You're kind of like, oh no, because she can do whatever she wants.
Well, I mean, he was just we were hanging out in Dallas. He popped in and did a set on my show, and I'm like, "How was your night last night?" And he's like, "I got roofied, but I'm really not mad about it." I was like, what is that sentence?
Yeah, I just talked about it. So
Oh, you just
we're not
did?
gonna do it again. But was mad that I didn't share that with you because I do think that was my fault. So
Yeah, but your entire concept.
oh yeah,
was
but
you
then I
shouldn't
went
dance.
on stage and I was like, they're being really weird about me getting roofied. He goes, no one believes you.
Yeah, he walks out. He's like, "Went out in Dallas last night. I got roofied, but it was probably my fault." And I'm like, everyone thinks that's a premise. Like, it doesn't sound like you're sharing your experience. It sounds like that's a setup to some joke.
Nope. And then I just went on to the next thing.
And then
yeah.
you did your jokes you knew, and those worked.
That was fun.
A few months ago, Colton was at the airport. Someone walked up and is like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of the podcast." And Colton's like, "Yeah, I'll get in your car." And then he just got in his car and then didn't give him his home address, and the guy brought him straight home.
Which
Well, how did
this
he
is-
bring you home?
No, this is up for debate. Colton says he didn't give this guy.
No,
his
well, the
address.
debate is he doesn't believe
I
it.
I think Colton doesn't remember being like, "Here's my address."
Well, how do you think you got home?
No, he knows how he got home. We don't
Right.
know how the driver got Colton's address.
I mean,
think
he
that-
didn't know which apartment I was in, but he knew which complex I was in.
I think that driver's real good at creeping. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Do you talk about your complex?
I think I accidentally dox myself all the time.
I believe
I think
that.
I was like, I moved downtown, this is
Yeah.
a complex, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. People were like, oh, I know that right where that is. I'm like, okay. I just think that if somebody's going to kill me, that's okay.
No, it's not.
I'm just
I would
saying,
say-
I'm saying that if it would be really good for the podcast.
It
No, it
wouldn't,
wouldn't.
'cause then you wouldn't be here.
Your next ep would get a bump, and the catalog would do well, but I think your go forward would struggle a little bit.
My what?
Your going forward episodes, like you wouldn't have.
Oh, I think you said my girlfriend. I was like,
No.
she'd be fine.
She'd be fine. Yeah,
Also,
she's
where is
okay.
that bitch? That's
Yeah.
my favorite thing to say. I don't know. Have you ever done anything gay, or how did you know you're straight?
And how old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, exciting.
I knew
Because
I
you're
was
from the Bay.
I'm from
right?
the Bay.
So you heard about gay people at a young age.
I've been around it. I've tested it. No, I haven't had any, but it's like it's around. It's an option.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It was not really. I remember in preschool, so before
thought
I
you
was
were gonna
even
say
in
prison.
kindergarten, being like in love with a girl. Like just the second I saw girls, I was just like, oh my god. I had like crushes on girls. I would like fall asleep just like dreaming about girls from like preschool through
Hey,
whenever.
I don't want to pop your
Sounds
bubble,
gay.
but same.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you?
I'll tell you, Moesha was my first love. She was in kindergarten and just the hairiest Jew.
Wow.
And I remember being obsessed
Well, see, that might have
with
been a
her.
sign.
I liked them all. I liked
Yeah.
them all. Yeah.
So you loved the girls, and then when did that cease?
I don't think it ceased. I think I just became gay, and then it's like straight world is so complicated, and I care about women's feelings, so I just stopped doing that.
So you're like, I care about women too much to put them
We
through my
respect them
fucking.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
women do require when you're having sex with them a certain level of like
Intimacy?
not intimacy and like how do you even say this? Like with men, I could have some guy meet me here for the bathroom just to jerk off, and I don't even need to know his name. You have to
Yeah.
almost care for women in a different way. Even if they're gonna be like doing all this crazy fun sex stuff, they still need to know behind that is someone who isn't gonna kill them.
Yes.
And like with gay guys, we kind of just go like, well, I mean, I don't know who he is, and he could kill me, but I'm just trying to come.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that you have levels of both. Like I don't know. I like having sex with women is enjoyable. I
mean, it's so
enjoy it.
cool.
But I think guys, like when you get into a a continental straight relationship when it's not open, you do have to like that part of you that has a like, let's just get jerked off in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's still there, but you're not allowed to feed that beast.
Yeah,
so you do have to put that away.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's not there.
Is that hard on the road? Because whenever I think of men on the road, I always think of Almost Famous, where it's like, hey, whatever happens on the road.
Yeah, I think like when you first go out, it's like you want like this the road to be this like exciting thing, and then I've reached the point in my career where like there's definitely you feel that temptation, but the fact that I can't really indulge in it is like really helpful for my career because I'm like also I should be focusing on clips and focusing on the next thing and putting on a good show, and so it helps me not get distracted, which is very good for the career, which is actually why I'm out on the road.
Yes.
Also, I do like going out and getting fucked up, so I just don't go fuck people after, but I can still go to a bar and get hammered, and that's like 90% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends.
I don't know. I really like the courtship of it. I like going to a place and be like, are we making eyes? Oh, we are making eyes. What should I say? I like the game. I feel like it's a card game with strangers.
It is awesome. And you miss that. You do miss that a lot. Like, because it is cool. And like meeting someone, like seeing someone's room for the first time. And you're like, ooh, where do you live? Who are you? What is this? And like kicking open worlds. It's like the greatest video game of all time. But I just like, you know, it's compared to something that's also really good. And I just can't do both.
It is going into a stranger's room is one of my favorite things because everybody lives lives differently.
I couldn't care less.
I could not care less.
Oh,
In
I'm
fact, when I was like single and I was going out a lot, I was always hosting. I would never go.
It's so funny you're using the term hosting.
Is that a gay thing?
No, charcuterie board.
It's just like I never hear straight.
Yeah.
I think this is like one of those things where it's like you've just done the podcast with us for so long because in gay world you either host or travel. And you never hear straight people talk like this. So you're like, I'm always hosting. And it's like it just sounds fucking
Is it like sports where you're like, I got home field advantage, like game 7's at my house. I want to put on a good show.
I don't know what you're saying.
Or like
I guess that's how I got it.
It's like who has roommates, who doesn't. Like when I had a studio apartment, like I could host all the time. Now I live with lesbians. I only travel. Like it's a whole you know.
Is that a problem for you? Is that a buzzkill?
Or
do you like to travel?
No, I would prefer to host. But lesbians, you know what they hate? Strange men coming over to come.
Yeah, it's one of their things.
And they're always home, you know, so they don't
leave.
They don't leave the house, and they also don't like when men that nobody knows, because I don't know these men either.
You can't vouch for them. Like Jeremy, he's like, my name's John. He's like, John's a good guy.
He's a good guy. I started talking to him 30 minutes ago on the app.
Guy's great.
I'm just here to suck his dick. He's not gonna kill you, you know.
He literally wiped my lip.
If I don't suck his dick, he might kill you.
Yeah. If anybody's gonna kill me, he's not gonna kill you.
I was so horny.
Ew, not you.
You think he cares about lesbians? Get over yourself.
Yeah, I was so horny last week that I actually rented an Airbnb next to my house because it was like
God,
why
you
did
have
you
so
choose
much
to live with
fucking money.
lesbians if it's causing such?
I need to get on TikTok.
By the way, it was a very cheap studio apartment that was like I think it was $80 for the night. So I was like, I'll just do this.
You don't have to justify it just because he's lashing out.
That's so true. Yeah,
I wasn't lashing out. I was giving him props. I was like, I need your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet money is good. I will say, I'll spend $80 to fuck some guy in an Airbnb. But
it's a hell of a deal.
It is.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
It was an $80 nut.
It was great. It was actually, it was great. It was great. But I live with lesbians because these are like friends. These are like friends who are like family, and we've lived together. We lived together in Portland for a while. Now we live together here. It's like it's actually better for me to live with them because I have like a more like grounded, beautiful experience at home. And like
we all
this
agree.
This is how straight guys end up with women.
Yeah, I have 2 wives. You know what I mean? Like they make me dinner and they ask me how I'm doing, and like if I'm going through something, they're like, "You're not talking about your feeling." You know, they like want me to make doctor's appointments. They're like good people. Where like when I had a studio apartment, it's known on this podcast that like it was called the Suck Shack, and like random guys would come over to get head all the time. Like I was just like, what's my life? It is the same
function. Him being married and being on the road. He's focusing on clips. You focus on clips with the lesbians.
Yeah,
That's right.
Things
You
actually,
guys are
to be
doing
honest, my career took off after living with the lesbians because I was like, it's time to focus on the work.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It is funny to me how like you're describing like life as gay people, and for me it's like this is like, I mean, it's like single boys trip energy. Like the boys will be the boys, straight, gay, whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's the same incentives, and it is awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, they like the lesbians. I like came home from the road last weekend, and they like had bought me and hung up in my bedroom like this beautiful plant in my window, and I was like, my life's amazing.
This is incredible.
yeah. I was
You're
like,
in an open relationship.
Yeah, with lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're always like, let's go to the gym. Like, let's eat healthy. We're always doing diets together. It really is great.
It's a good sign that you have to keep on changing your diet.
well, no.
No, it's sorry. It's a bad sign that you
Yeah.
keep having.
Well, no, I
Maybe
always,
the old diet didn't work.
well, no, they're always like, oh, if you go to our house, like everything has like no sugar in it. And they're always, yeah, it's always that kind of stuff. They're much better about the diet stuff than I am, especially just being on the road now. It's like, I just don't, it's so hard to eat healthy on the road. It's like insane. I actually heard comics talk about it on the podcast for so long that I was like, that's not going to happen to me. And immediately I'm like, I'm eating the club food. And
Either
it's
the club food
Yeah.
or not eating, and I'm just so hungry,
know.
and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll have an entire Wendy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The U.S. does make it so fuck. I don't even like. Before I met my wife, I didn't even know what health food was. Like I didn't know where to go to get it. I wasn't going to the grocery store, and it's like there's no real restaurant you can just pull over for a quick.
You never thought about checking the grocery store?
No, you're fucking stupid.
Bro, here's the thing. Carmen was like,
Yeah, I don't think
when
it's a European
wait,
thing.
ready? When she first moved into my apartment, she's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "That's the soda drawer." And she's like, "This isn't meant for sodas. This is meant for like produce." I had no idea that the fridge.
Oh, you were
specifically
putting
came-
the sodas in the crisper.
It's the
I
soda
honestly-
drawer.
that's my soda water drawer.
Yes,
But
thank
because
you.
ADHD, if you don't see it, then you're probably not going to use it. So if I put vegetables in there, I will not eat them. But if I put the vegetables like right in front, then I'll eat them first.
Really? You
Yeah.
have to see it. You don't go to your fridge being like, here's what I'm going to
I have to visually have a game plan for when I'm next, because I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I'm thirsty. Well, then all I see is vegetables. All right, maybe I should have some vegetables.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I didn't know that.
ADHD is a broken system.
Yeah.
Evolution is.
Does it
going
change
backwards.
if you do you take Adderall?
Mm-hmm.
If you're on it, does it change that fridge behavior?
It changed a lot of behaviors for me when I'm on it.
Do you have ADHD?
Sure, but I'm also an addict, so when I take Adderall, I get like fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my eyes go like completely black, and I get like insanely horny, and then yeah.
Yeah, he's never related to JJ Lieberman more than when he goes on Adderall.
Yeah, I'm like
Goonie.
when I'm on Adderall, I'm
Sorry,
like,
I saw it and I was like,
yeah, I'm like,
I'll wrap that up for you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm like, I'm gonna hook up with multiple men today. It's like
Yeah.
it's like real sick. I get like crazy horny. I get crazy.
Well, it
horny
is
and-
meth, right?
Yeah, and
it's
I also,
meth behavior.
Yeah, and I want to make music. Both those two things. And
yeah. Okay.
Every
yeah.
time I'm high on
playing the
Adderall.
spoons.
Wait,
Yeah.
you think you're a musician?
No, whenever I'm high on Adderall, I go like, it'd be so fucking sick to make like Phoebe Bridgers style music.
Maybe.
If you're high on Adderall and you said it's multiple dudes, is it one at a time or you're inviting all of them over at once?
No, I don't like to do social gatherings like that because it's like I don't want the other guys to see the other guys. But like I remember one time I came home from Adderall, my mom's always like, whenever I go home, she's like, "You have ADHD, take some of this Adderall," and then I like take it and for like
Thank you,
3
Doctor
days.
Mom.
Yeah, and then I'm like crazy.
And you
for a
just
couple
want
of
to
days.
just fuck constantly and play acoustic guitar. You should just take Adderall and become me in
It is-
college. That's unbelievable.
It is
dude.
funny that your mom has no idea what that Adderall does to you. She's like, because if she did, she'd be like, "Oh, Dylan's gonna jerk off for 3 days."
I'm like
I don't
smoking.
think
I
she'd
mean,
give
I
it to
can't
you.
stop smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes, and I'm just like, guys are coming over. This is like back when I had my studio apartment. I'd be like jerking off, and then guys would come over, and I'd like make them come. And they're like, "Are you gonna come?" I'd be like, "No."
No. Yeah. No, Adderall, it definitely. It makes your dick want to party, but it never wants it to end. So there will be
yeah.
no coming.
Yeah,
It's just
no.
stroking that
I go,
thing. And now you're focused. So now you're like, I could be on like, I would like, we need to find new porn.
Yeah,
In fact, maybe I should invent some.
Yeah.
my mouth's all dry, but it's like, oh,
Yeah.
The
No, I
cotton
empathize
mouth
with
is
that.
cotton mouth.
Because I've used it to
brutal.
party sometimes, because it can extend drinking and all that. But yeah.
Yeah.
At the end, you're just pulling rope like a fucking demon.
It's so funny to me that all men.
Well, I've
jerk
only
off.
heard shooting rope. Now you're saying pulling rope. I
Well,
guess
you
that's-
pull rope to shoot it. Yeah. And it's a rope when I'm on Adderall,
Yeah.
trust me.
I'll tell you, it's so funny. It's just so funny that like every man jerks off because it's like to me it's just so gay, and so to think.
Oh,
of,
that's
like,
interesting.
It's like all straight men are like,
No, dude. There's a difference.
like,
no,
no,
we
like-
do it in
like-
silent, like
they're
assassins. We do it. No, it's a cold, efficient.
Yeah.
Like there's no sensuality
They're
to it.
cupping
It's-
their balls.
I'm trying to extract the demon from my body so
It
that I
is a
can
demon.
think clearly.
Yeah.
ever
And
think,
you just
Yeah, you're not
Just
even
a cold,
using two
efficient-
hands.
I can
It's a
stand-
one-hand
I
job.
can stand over the toilet like I'm taking a pee and just
I
fucking.
hate when guys come in the toilet. It's one of the worst things that they can do.
Why?
Because it's like
That's
it's like
that's for shit.
Well, look,
I
I'm
don't-
not saying it's romantic or
I guess-
good,
by the way,
or
I
that
guess-
I do it all the time. I'm just saying it's not.
It's
a
like-
pet
I
peeve.
came.
What a
don't-
waste.
I'm gay, so I'm like, spray it all over yourself, kid.
Oh right, yeah. This is. You're like that's a limited resource, dude.
yeah. It's you can't be doing that.
I
Yeah.
was washing my face recently. I was like, God damn, this sink smells like cum. I was like, oh, I jerked off 5 minutes ago.
Oh really?
Into this. Oh wait, you washed your face.
Afterwards.
You came onto your own face.
No, I came into the sink and then
You came into the sink.
Is that bad?
That's a weird one.
That's crazier.
That is
no?
weird.
That's not.
Sometimes it does hit my face.
Well, that okay. Well, that was the least surprising moment of the episode.
Just to throw it out there. Sometimes I'm like, oh
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
we're supposed to be attacking Colton right now, but I have an admission to make.
Yeah, I feel like you're doing like the way people like toss M&Ms to one another.
That's how Dylan got his scar.
no, yeah. I mean, listen. Well, yeah. You know, I feel like I don't know. I was gonna say, I feel sometimes when there's straight guests on here, you feel a little bit more uncomfortable, but to say things like this. But it's like, yeah, I have huge loads. What am I saying?
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
And
we're
thank you for
open.
making us comfortable.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Do you think
I was
you're a
gonna
huge?
say- I was gonna say-
Wait, no, we didn't get off. Is it not weird? So your pet peeve is the toilet. What about the sink?
I'm
Well,
just
the
not a
thing
huge-
is
I'm
why
not a
I
huge-
like
is there a
the
garbage
sink.
disposal?
The thing is why I like the sink is because it's usually fast and efficient, and it's like usually
What
like
height
right
is your sink?
exact. It's the right height
How
to
tall
just
are
kind
you?
of hit my balls.
Yeah, but you
How
live in
tall are
a
you?
one-bedroom apartment.
6 feet.
Oh, okay, so I'm 5'9", so I think my dick
Oh,
would be
you'd have
straight
to
in a
be-
drawer.
The cum drawer.
Okay, yeah, makes
Yeah, I
sense.
think
Sir,
that-
my height.
I was like, I didn't even know this was possible. I'd have to stand on the shower ledge.
you sitting on the squatty potty. Yeah.
Did you ever have a thing about being 5'9"? Or do you have a thing about being
like
5'9"?
a personal issue.
You know, because it seems like it's really disrupted a lot of men's lives.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, like growing up, I wanted to be an athlete.
Yeah.
So if I was taller, it would have been a lot better. But I was also a pretty good athlete for my height.
Yeah.
So
Rudy.
I feel like I always projected at like a
Did you say
6'2"
Rudy?
level.
Rudy was not a good athlete.
Rudy,
Literally
they were
was-
like cheering because he got into one game.
Yeah, I'm like, radio.
I was more of on a scale of radio to Rudy. I was more of a radio.
yeah.
He was more of a Adam Sandler water boy type.
Yeah.
Hello, some of this bad listeners. Sorry for the brief interruption. We'll get right back to the show. But right now we have to. I'm on the road right now. We are currently in Massachusetts in my hotel room, and we just wanted to stop and promote this amazing product, IndaCloud. IndaCloud is a hemp service. Life gets seriously way too quick. For a safe and easy way to turn off the BS, try IndaCloud. IndaCloud makes legal hemp-driven THC products that are actually good. We're talking gummies, vapes, pre-rolls that are strong, tasty, and get the job done. Also, all IndaCloud products are third-party lab tested, so no sketchy ingredients, no uncertain dosage, just a good time. I love IndaCloud, especially when I'm on the road because I travel with it, and I've never gotten caught, and it really makes it fun on the road because you guys know I don't drink. I just do the hemp stuff, so it keeps life good in these amazing hotel rooms. And yeah, so if you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float above the stress because IndaCloud is giving it all new customers 25% off their first order plus free shipping. Just use code SOTIB, that's Some of This Is Bad abbreviated, or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That's indacloud.co, indacloud.co. That's code Some of This Is Bad, SOTIB, for free shipping and 25% off your first order. After your purchase, fill out the survey. You'll support the show and keep IndaCloud sending you the good stuff. Go ahead, grab a gummy, vibe out with IndaCloud.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think like especially in high school, you're insecure about everything. So it's like, I wish I was taller. I wish I was a football player or whatever. But
Wait, were you not playing football?
No, I was baseball. Is what I was good at.
And you were just wishing you could play football?
Well, I was just mad that like football gets more clout in high school. So like during the fall, all the football players like on game day, they'd give their jerseys to the girls, and the girl that I would want would be wearing one of these guys' jerseys, and I'd be like, that guy's not even fucking cool, but just because he plays fucking football, she's wearing his fucking jersey. And then no one cared about baseball, and I was really good at it.
The dream in life is to be a hot girl in high school wearing one of the cool guys' jerseys on Fridays.
Everybody wants that. Everybody's dream.
That's literally my dream in life.
Just
Honestly,
being a bitch to people.
With like his 12 on my
You feel that special. One day to feel that special where everyone's like, oh my God, he's doing it. He cares about her.
Yeah.
Or the drama behind the jersey, like because the guys would give different girls their jersey.
I'm surprised girls didn't die over
I
this.
know.
They probably have.
Wait, where did you grow up?
I grew up like Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah,
so, Bay Area.
Are your parents rich?
No, but like solid, you know,
great.
did well. Like they bought in before, like there's 2 tech booms. They bought in before both of them. So they now have a house that's worth a lot, which is great. But we would never like a bunch of my friends, like none of them can afford to live where we grew up because it's so fucking expensive now.
Yeah.
So 5'9's been fine.
I think I've had like it's like kind of sucked, but it's worked out great for me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I deserve everything, and that's probably what landed me in comedy.
Yeah.
So I would talk about being medium and all that shit, but like no, I don't. It doesn't bother me.
My dad is around your height, and he was drunk on a beach about a month ago, being like, if I was 6'2", I'd be on a quarterback of a generation.
Well, that's the thing is, if I was tall, I'd be a piece of shit. Because like I'm already like my wife is always like I'm like God, if I was 6, she's like I don't want you to be 6'2". She's like because you wouldn't be with me. I'm like yeah, I'd be fucking right now. I'd be in the league.
That's why I'm gay, because if I was straight, I would be dogging girls out.
Yes.
Like, I'm 6'5", it's like I wouldn't have a girlfriend. If I did, I'd be cheating on her.
Yeah.
Like there's no way. It's just a different game when you're 6'5", because those 6'5" guys that those girls like, their faces are all fucked up too, and it's not even about that at a certain point.
And a lot of those guys like suck. They don't have like a personality. They don't have like I'd rather be me. Like I'm happy with the package that I was given.
Nikki Glazer always has that joke where she's like, you can get a really hot guy on discount when he's short.
Yeah.
If you really care about face, you can get like a hot short guy.
And I don't need to be more. I don't think I need to be more confident. Like I feel like I've got about enough. I wouldn't want to tip the scales too far.
That's great.
You know,
I would love some more confidence.
Would you?
Yeah. I'm walking
How do
around.
we get that?
I'm walking around being like, I'm so sorry. Well, I think I should stop annoying strippers, you know?
Okay, yeah, I mean...
I think I should stop, like, really, you know, having
don't carry
fun.
yourself as an unconfident person.
You're confident.
Just the fact that I'm like, no, I'm not. I feel like that's pretty confident to be like, no, I'm not.
There's a spectrum.
Right?
Confidence is a spectrum. Like, real confidence is being like, oh, no, I think about my flaws all the time. That does take some confidence, too.
Right, I guess
like blind
I guess
confidence or arrogance.
Arrogance, it goes like confidence into arrogance, and I want to be arrogant.
You don't want to be arrogant.
I want to be the guy.
I don't want
like,
you to be arrogant. That would be too much.
I can't be me and arrogant.
It'd be a lot.
It'd be too much.
Yeah.
So, but I love the idea that like Trump is like tariffs, and he believes in it, and I'm gonna go, that guy believes in that.
I don't even think he believes in it. I think he's just like sticking to his guns. But
I would never stick to
like
my
his
guns.
tweets, like I'll see him talk and he exudes confidence, and then I see his like screedy, crazy tweets, and I'm like, there's an insecureness in there.
Oh, he
wish he was like Happy
people.
Memorial Day to the radical left lunatics. I'm like, this is about dead soldiers. Today is about dead soldiers. You're not supposed to be griping with people. That's not confidence.
Wait, that's what Memorial Day is?
I think.
I thought that was Veterans Day.
Veterans Day is about all soldiers. Memorial Day is memorializing people who've given the ultimate sacrifice.
Okay.
John Carden always says that. He's like, people will thank me for my service on Memorial Day. I'd be like, fuck that. My day's Veterans Day. That, I completed my
veterans don't like it when you Memorial Day them because they're like, this is about the
guys
who paid the ultimate. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I always think of as like the number one move of like confidence is like, oh, this person just believed in themselves so much, is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, or sorry, even Stallone taking like 1/10 of the money for Rocky so that he could star in it. I don't see myself ever doing that.
Betting on yourself.
But to that extent, like even if he backed down, it's like, oh, I still wrote a fucking movie that got made. That's huge. But to be like, no, I'm going to fucking lead it. I can't talk, but I'm a leading man. That's some fucking confidence right there.
I don't know. I do a lot of free comedy shows. Maybe I am that confident.
Have you seen
Yeah.
Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
I think so. That's the math one, right?
Yeah. Would you rather fuck Matt or Ben?
In that movie?
Yeah.
Matt.
Oh.
You're
And
so Ben. You're so Ben.
I do. I love those scumbags.
Not only scumbags, you want stupid. You want like a big dummy that you're like, oh, he's just my dummy.
He's not stupid. He's fucking knows his place. He's working the construction yard. He knows he's never gonna
Yeah.
get out. I like a guy who knows who he is.
I'm like,
And he stands up for his boy too.
Yeah.
He's like, every fucking
can be
day,
loyal,
the best
but-
part of my day is driving down.
Yeah, I
hoping you're not gonna fucking be there.
So I'm watching that movie tonight.
It's
so
one of my
good.
favorite
Oh, of
movies. It's so
course.
good.
Yeah.
Robin Williams is incredible.
Yeah.
I think that is my like I don't see like, oh, Colton, you have this potential. I like to like latch onto somebody and be like, you should do this. Like I love watching Chip be like, you should be the VP of sales, and he's like, really? I'm like, go for it. Go for that fucking
I also think
job.
confidence is not like one thing. Like I think we talk about confidence as if it's like, oh, that person's confident and that person isn't. It's like you can have confidence in different things. Like I am confident in who I am as a person and my comedy abilities and my career. I just hate my body. And that's fine too.
You
know?
should be confident in some areas and not confident in other ones.
Yeah.
Like I'm confident in my abilities in my career and the things that I'm good at. But if it was like fly this plane, I shouldn't be like, fuck you losers.
Yeah, yeah,
And people who are good at one thing a lot of times think, oh, I should do 10 other things
Yes.
or I should give you advice on this. And you need to know your limitations.
To be fair, though, if you're in a position where you have to fly a plane,
I
you
think I
should be
could.
confident. You shouldn't be doing it
Confident I can
apprehensively.
float.
No,
Right.
I honestly think I
both
could
dead.
fly.
The pilot's dead. You have to fly it. I'm gonna be like, okay, I can do this. I'm not gonna be like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
No,
I can do
actually,
that.
I
I
actually
could do
could
it.
do it too if the air traffic controller could really explain it to me. I really do think I could do it.
Look, I'm not saying I wouldn't land the fucking plane. All right? I'm not okay. I mean, look, if anyone's got to do it, it's gonna be me, and I'll do a great job. I'm him, okay?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like pull the pilot out of the seat and be like, "Get out of here, pussy!
Okay,
I got this."
You're on a plane. You travel
Unless
every
I was,
weekend.
it depends on who I'm flying for. Am I flying for us? Am I flying for the enemy?
No. You're on a Delta flight. You're going to fucking Orlando to do a show. Pilot dies. Okay. The stewardess walks out to the front. She goes, "Both pilots are dead. We need someone to fly this plane." Are you going me, or are you waiting for someone else to take?
I'm waiting for somebody to go, I'm a pilot.
No.
And
There's
if
no other
one
pilots on the.
sits-
There's no other pilots on the plane.
I would like to see it play out because if someone was qualified,
I'm telling you, there's no one qualified. Everyone was silent. 10 minutes
Are
went
there
by.
still
Are you
air
gonna do it?
marshals on every single flight? Remember that back in the day, there was like there was
cop?
One,
You're gonna
give it
to the
one
cop?
air marshal.
there was
like,
an air cop.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting the air.
I'm not trusting the air cop either.
No.
Well, he has air in his title, dude. He's at
Yeah,
least
yeah,
partway
yeah.
there. If we're looking around, I mean, let's be honest. Is it a bunch of other ladies on the flight? Yeah, I'm definitely taking over.
if we're sitting next to each other and I volunteer, you would pull me back down.
Oh,
Like,
he would
You're
pull
not
you-
allowed.
yeah.
You're Colton, not him. Not him.
No, not him, and I let him a cigarette. I'm like, it's over.
We're crashing.
Not him. We'll be fine. Anyone else? Yeah, I think I would.
Dylan goes, "Oh, if only we had cell reception, I could have done it."
I think I'd probably pop up and be like, I'm down with giving this a whirl, but does anyone have any experience here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty calm under pressure,
also
but
not-
I don't have any of the
Not to be
technical
crazy,
qualifications.
not him and nobody in first class. Okay, I don't want either one.
Interesting.
I know, those are my two things. The guy from first class, they go, sit your rich ass fat down. Okay,
Rich guys might.
You fucking
Rich guys
fat.
might have planes though. That's the
Oh,
thing. You know what I mean?
Then they should be flying their own. Why are they in first class?
We start trashing them.
It's
We go,
tough to fly a Cessna to Belgium.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm not trusting the guy that's sitting next to the bathroom either. I'm like, yo, you haven't figured anything out.
Yeah.
yet.
No. Middle seats are out. Middle seats are out, dude. No one in the middle.
This is turning into a hilarious sketch. You're like, wait. No one in the middle seat.
We just stack rank everyone on the flight by level of ability.
I like that.
I do too.
I had a good confidence. So I've been running this thing. I wanna put myself out there to these straight guys that want their dick sucked, but I don't necessarily want to make them feel creepy. Do you have any tips on that?
This feels like the flight scenario. It's a room full of straight guys, and one of them's like, I'll do it.
Which, by the way, I'll tell you right now, already, you can't have it be a room full of straight guys. If you want to suck a straight guy's dick, he cannot
Colton,
be around his other friends.
I know.
That he'll say no
I'll
for
tell
sure.
you, I have
don't
the
wanna-
answer for you.
I don't want to
Write a joke about it. Tell it on stage all the time. Someone will DM you.
Actually, to be honest, that is true. I had a bunch of guys after doing Lauren Compton's podcast send me pictures of their dicks because they're like, you said you wanted to see straight guys' dicks, and I was like, oh, great.
I don't
Docs.
Yeah, yeah.
We got him, boys.
I don't think I even need a joke about it. Just like, and also thank you for having me, and I suck straight guys' dicks, and I won't tell anybody, even if
That's
they
a
start to kill me.
funny closer.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you so much, Colton. Here's my Instagram. I'm looking to suck some straight dicks. Good night.
Really?
If you put things like that out there, I feel like they'll come back.
Do you have gay guys hit on you a lot?
It happens sometimes. Like
Yeah.
every once in a while you get guys and girls a swing in the DM, a nude or something like that. It happened more pre-wedding ring for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll happen. I feel like it's happened less, and I feel like in my 20s, I don't know, you're just younger. You just look, I'm like, still feel like I look good, but something might have changed, dude. I feel like I fell off.
So funny. Our friend Spencer,
No.
I was just talking to him. He's like, he said,
No.
Thank you. You neither.
We love it.
Thank you.
No, you. Hey,
That's what's called fishing for compliments.
Yeah.
That's how it's done at a high level.
you wouldn't be sitting there if you were ugly.
I can't wait to have my friends be like, "How do you get on that podcast?" I'll be like, "I don't think it's for you."
Yeah, you're like, I know you're very funny. You're a 6 too, so
I was looking through and I was like, "Yep, you had Broussard." Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
we
he
have
reached out to
Broussard.
us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And also, we will say,
Was it after you did your closing joke?
Yeah, but these two fuckers wouldn't leave.
one, we do allow ugly guys in the podcast, but we have to have confirmed that they have huge dicks. But
Or they're
fair.
6'5".
Or they're 6'5", and they have to talk about it. But our friend Spencer, he was just he was telling me a story that the other day. He was like, because he used to get approached by gay guys all the time, and he said that he saw some gay guy and he like dropped something. So they had some interaction, and he was kind of like, oh, here we go. Like this fucking gay guy is gonna be like, oh, what's going on or whatever. Trap me into a conversation. The guy was like, all right, man, well, have a good night or whatever. And Spencer was like, I lost it. It's over for me. The gay guys don't care. I go, yeah, buddy, you're 35. I go, yeah, this is what we do.
The first radio show I ever had, I was in Cape Town. I was in South Africa. I did a semester there. That's where I started comedy, all this. But I had a radio show, and there was a gay guy who worked there. And I could not do a shift at the radio without him like hard pressing me to suck my dick. And I was like, dude, from the Bay, I have no problem with any of this. I really don't want that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. And he'd just be like, why not? And I'm like, I just don't want you
Ask me a question,
to.
though, is he a hot gay guy?
No.
So that's the thing. It's kind of like one of those things where
Our
it's like,
ugly gay guys just super persistent because usually it ends up working for them.
You
Right.
shoot the shots.
Yeah.
The
We're all a
shoot.
product of our
Yeah.
environment.
yeah, of course.
Also, I don't know, just the idea of a guy be like, "Come on, let me do it."
Yeah,
Like,
just
no, it's-
ridiculous accent sitting on a couch. I'm like nervous. I've never had a radio show. I'm like 21 and he's just like, let me suck your dick. And I'm like, dude, no, I don't want
Come
to.
on, my family wasn't a part of apartheid.
Yeah. I swear. Yeah.
My family's doing bad shit on a farm right now.
That's
It
good.
was just like, you've never had your dick sucked by someone who has one. I'm like, I know, I don't want it. I'm not into
I think that is confusing for straight guys because I do think they go like, and they want me to suck their dick, and then you guys go like, oh, actually, find out they want to suck my dick.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, you're just into it or you're not. And I'm just like, it doesn't sound good to have obviously a dick suck is great, but like half of it for me is that it's in a woman's face.
yeah, of course.
I don't like the way you said that.
It felt like the best way to deliver that, even though it was objectively horrible.
They are humans, so.
Yeah. Please
Sorry.
remember that.
You can
Please
talk
remember.
crass about men, but don't do it to the women.
They have souls and they're artists.
They're
I don't
artists.
need this out of you guys, dude. You just got jerked off behind a shed 4 minutes ago.
Oh my god, I jerked off at the
No,
worst
that was
guy
his
last
house.
night.
It was just called the shack.
Yeah, and it was the suck shack. It wasn't the jerk shack. Okay.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
absolutely.
right.
But yeah,
the sun shack
yeah,
is
but those days are behind me now.
Now it's the cum kitchen.
Now we're
The
just
cum
now we're
kitchen.
just jerking. I've really regressed in my sexuality.
Yeah,
Matured.
Matured, yeah.
Wait, you only jerked off in the Airbnb? You got an Airbnb and just jerked off?
No. We like fully hooked up. We didn't have anal, Colton.
Okay, great.
Okay, that's all he.
I assumed that's what you meant, though.
No, Colton only considers anal sex. So if you
I thought that was common.
not for me.
What do you
I
consider?
barely have anal sex because I like have intimacy issues, and also like it's just a lot of work unless you like really like the person.
Right.
So I'm doing making out, jerking off, oral, body contact. Although I hate when people write that in. What are you into? And they're like,
What does that mean?
It just means I guess you're like pushed up against
Hugging.
each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
When guys in Grindr are like, love to cuddle, I'm like, get off Grindr, you
Yeah.
fucking loser.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
is
wanna
this,
hear that.
dude?
Like,
Get on eHarmony, you
yeah.
freak.
like this is
Yes.
You should,
Yes.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be cuddling with strangers. Sorry.
I don't think so.
You can
now
cuddle my
that's
mouth,
gay.
but don't cuddle me.
No, I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
I would just get my ass eat the other day, and he
By
came.
who?
Chip.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
His husband.
How
Sorry.
that bummed you out.
Yeah,
Well, I was
it kind
hoping
of does.
I-
Bum. It bums everybody out.
Yeah. Nobody
They're
wants to
just
hear
like,
about.
what do you mean you're well, that's a
Nobody wants to hear about you fucking your wife.
I used to have a joke about the same thing because I used to like when you fuck, you call people up and you're telling stories, and the second you're with someone for a long time, it's
Yeah.
no one wants to hear that shit. It's
Because
like
they
that's
respect her.
that's a real woman. Dude.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you dare
That's a mother of
desecrate. Yeah. It's the future mother of your children. How
Yeah.
dare you do that to her?
And he came, and I was like, oh, I guess sex is over then. I guess we're not having sex.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. Kind of like a bummer.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is what you were looking for.
Dude, calling it a bummer is great.
Isn't that good?
Give it. It feels more like a
A
friend.
bummer. It feels like Australian butt
I was
sex.
gonna say
does.
the same
Gave
thing.
him a bummer.
Ah, yeah, me and Jari gave him a bummer.
Give him a bummer. We went humming a bummer.
Oh yes, yes.
Well, I was also hoping when you said you got your ass eaten out the other day, I was like, oh, Mississippi boy's back.
Mississippi boy is back.
Down in
You
the
hooking up with
mud.
him?
I haven't seen him because I have to broach that conversation with Chip, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
So how does that work? There's a guy that you've hooked up with before, and if you want to do it again, because it's multiple times, you need to bring it up.
Sometimes, yeah, that's it. But otherwise, like for me, it's emotional. And the reason I got jealous earlier from back the story
Yeah.
that was I didn't know when he was going to move from Minneapolis, and he was establishing roots, and he was like seeing the guy over and over, and he was like, I like this guy as like more than a friend. And I was like, I don't like that.
That's
I don't
a problem.
like that.
Yeah, you live closer together, and you're in a relationship, and we're married. And
Yeah,
that's
so
not-
that's my line.
That's
and
a fair line.
This Mississippi boy said he was going to buy me a car because he loved me, and that really bummed out Chip.
That's a line.
But he
Can
loves.
he afford to buy you a car?
Yeah, what kind of car?
but-
Because a
Yeah.
bad car is a burden.
Yeah.
You know, like what if he
$300
gave you a
clunker?
shitty car?
He drove a nice car,
Okay.
and he's from like Mississippi, so I feel like cars are really important to poor people.
That's true.
That is very true.
I feel like that's when you go like,
Gotta
oh,
get yourself
he's
an
doing
expensive
good.
depreciating asset when things are already tough.
Yeah, I want that new VW EV bus.
Yeah, I think I
Now-
need to get a new car.
This is a maybe a bad guy move, but what if you and Chip worked in cahoots here? He allowed you to see this guy a few more times. You extract the car out of the relationship, and then you kind of bad guy off into the distance, but with a nice car.
I just don't think I could drive that car in good conscience.
I
I just feel like
instead of road rage, you'd have road
just
regret.
sad, just like
sadness.
oh man.
Like, yeah,
You really broke that guy's heart, and every song would be about like because I've been listening
about
to a lot of
him.
country.
Yeah, and that's rude. It's rude to Mississippi guy.
Mhm.
I'm just fighting. for
He
He's
your
a
is
husband's
really
so
honor.
hot.
he's a
Oh,
really
is he
good
hot?
guy,
He's like crazy hot.
and like a really good guy, and apparently a good poet.
Yeah, he
Oh.
wrote poetry, and we read it on the podcast.
So this is the interesting
read
thing
it on
about
the
the open
podcast. That's so
relationship is
fucked.
the
It
the
is fun, but
competition.
it was on the Patreon. If you want to see it, check it out.
The competition aspect of the open relationship is, I think, where it gets tough because, like, if you are hooking up with a ton of people, you're gonna catch feelings for some of them,
No,
and
but-
they'll be real shit.
I think you're an athlete, and so you're putting competition into a lot more. I don't
Probably,
Think
I
that
put it
they're-
into everything.
Yeah, I don't think Colton is very competitive in that way.
No, even when I was playing competitive rugby, I did not care if we won or lost.
But isn't it competitive where it's like, okay, well, you're catching feelings for this other person. That makes me feel like this needs to
I would say
stop.
we'd probably be jealousy more than competition fueled.
Sure.
Yeah, I just think it's expectations, and what we've put on the table is we expect to die with each other.
Yes.
And now this other expectation is coming in is like, now I have to die with that guy? I don't even know that guy.
You can't be dying with multiple people.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
not
that's
a
the other thing
pharaoh.
is like, it's like when your mom is newly divorced and she's like dating new guys. It's like, I didn't choose for this new guy to get brought into my life. You did. And so I have a relationship with you. I don't have to meet your new boyfriend.
Did you ever
Yes.
think some of your mom's boyfriends were hot?
Yes.
Yeah.
But some
Such
of
a
them were
confusing feeling.
absolutely meant like stupid. She liked to, my dad always used to joke that my mom never had eHarmony but Angie's List. Which
Handyman?
Yeah, Handyman.
I didn't know what that was.
Right.
I think I just blacked out. I was like, yeah.
Angie's List. He's like, hey, did you find her on Angie's List? Because she dated like washer repairmen,
Hot.
limo drivers. And this one guy was a handyman at an apartment. And he was like, I predicted the 2008 financial crash. And I was like, what? That's incredible. How'd you do
What'd
that?
you get from it?
How'd you do that? He goes, oh, the drywall was from China, not very good. I was like, that wasn't what the crash was about. Like, what are you talking about? It was like a mortgage asset crisis. And he was like, no. I was like,
What
okay.
was the crash about?
It was the bubble. It was the real estate bubble. They were giving mortgages to people that didn't have any business having a mortgage.
And
But
then
then they would
repack-
cluster, they'd cluster it and then sell that package so that people could like own those mortgages and they'd be class AAA. And it doesn't matter.
Basically, they would sell
Boring.
houses.
Yeah,
They'd
right,
sell
yeah.
houses to people who couldn't afford them, and then and then being on the other side of that, they would sell those mortgages to other people to invest in. Right.
Right.
And they would
so-
lie and say that the when they sold the mortgage, they said, "Oh, this mortgage is someone that really deserves the mortgage, not someone that's going to flip on it immediately." So
Because
they
it
thought-
was a
yeah.
diversified thing. So like if you have 200 assets, it's less likely that all of them are going to default. But they were doing so many risky mortgages that they did default.
I think I made a mistake by trying to bring us back into that, and you wanted to move on.
No, I wanted to move on because I knew that we had lost him at the word mortgage.
I started being like, I was like, am I in a K-hole? All of a sudden, I was like,
I
I'm
got
out.
excited to jump back in because I was like, I think this might be the first time I'm capable of explaining it, and then I lost it like partway through. I did
Yeah.
okay.
I went to college during that in finance, so like they were
Oh,
always
wow.
talking about it. So that's why I have like that very specific
Did you work in finance?
for 1 week, and then I
Big
was like,
week.
oh, this is shitty, this is toxic, and this is bad for America.
Yeah.
This is
And
like
yet it
really bad,
persists.
right?
How did you meet your wife?
College.
Whoa, college girlfriend turned
Yeah.
into wife?
Where'd
Yeah.
you go?
UC San Diego.
Party school.
No.
Wait, is that the Aztecs or is that the
The
other one?
Aztecs is a party school. So San Diego State.
But that's where
is-
my brother went to school.
They call it STDSU.
Yes.
My school was like, it was like a nerd
Is that the
school.
Catholic one that was?
That's USD, and
Yeah.
that's where all the like hot rich chicks are, and it's like right on the beach. And then UCSD is the best school. I got in to play baseball, then I didn't end up making the baseball team, but I was like in at this good school, and it was in La Jolla. It's beautiful. It's San Diego.
Yeah.
So it's at least fun school. It is like a good.
I used to
UC
live
school.
right underneath the big Mormon temple with my boyfriend.
That's right where the college is. Literally right there.
UTC.
Yeah. UCSD is basically in UTC.
Okay.
Why
Yeah.
do baseball players have fat asses?
Rotation, like so. Yeah, they're
Not that I saw your ass, but I just was like,
I'm dumped
that's just-
up.
Okay.
Uh,
Just a quick question.
Yeah, it's
And does your girlfriend like that you have a fat ass? Once again, haven't seen it.
she does. Yeah, she'll. Yeah. Not like she's not like obsessed with it, but she's
Yeah.
like, God, your ass is so nice. It's nicer than mine. I'm like, yeah, well, I can squat a lot, so.
Yeah.
I think it's the training you do and like this like it's hitting is very rotational, so it's like a lot of like strength training for rotational stuff, and then pitching is like all in the ass because you're like lifting your leg and then driving off your back leg.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I think the pants probably help.
the pants help a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
like
they look
basketball
great
players
in the
probably
pants.
have great asses, but we would never know.
I think they have flat asses.
What?
I think
Basketball
they
players
probably have-
definitely do not have flat asses.
No, yeah, you just don't see them because the
They're
shorts.
so muscular, dude.
I'm just picking Jokic. I feel like he has a flat ass.
I haven't seen his ass because
That's
he wears
not
those
this kind of
baggy
podcast.
shorts.
That's true.
What's his
He's also
name? Daniel
Serbian, I
Jokic?
think.
No, his name's not Daniel Jokic.
Nikola.
Wait, what's his name?
Nikola Jokic.
Uh,
I could see Serbians. I think he's Serbian. I could see them having
I would
flat
let
asses.
him dog me out.
That's good.
He has an
What about
ugly ass
LeBron?
face. No,
You wouldn't fuck LeBron?
he has an incredible body, but it's just he's too much star.
Oh, you want to be the
He's
star.
too hammy. You know what I mean?
He is a little
Jokic
corny.
is like, take me back to your family's farm, you fucking loser.
Mm.
You know, that's what I like.
So you'd like Luka Doncic as well. I think you'd
Probably.
like the. You'd
I like those
the,
white guys. Yeah, fucking ugly as
You like the European
Big
white
uncut
guys who
cocks.
it's like when they get back in the off season, you just assume he's like training a donkey.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
shit.
Yes. I love those guys with their big uncut cocks.
Yeah.
I really do like a giant ugly man.
Yeah.
Just
oh
like
my
a-
god.
He's just like, sorry for being here. Great.
So how do you feel about like Hagrid?
He's fat.
Hey, probably.
So you like sturdy but not fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some fat guys.
What about like Lenny from Of Mice and Men?
Retarded.
Right? Yeah.
so
didn't know.
Yeah, so that's usually not hot.
being
I like
here.
a
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I like
know.
a stupid guy, but I don't
Yes,
want him
not.
to be
Yeah,
not like
you don't want him
I don't want to question
killing your
consent.
rabbit.
Yeah.
I don't want to question consent.
That's fair.
You
Yeah.
want like Putty from Seinfeld.
I don't know if I know that.
It,
He's
Patrick
like, he
Warburton.
talks like
God,
this.
Bader. This is the one. No, the
Maybe.
mechanic that dated Elaine. Okay,
No.
whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a dead hit right
Yeah.
there.
His
Yeah.
name is Patrick Warburton.
Warburton. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. So you
I was
did know.
like, the war button sounds like something.
Oh, Pete. Wait, is that the guy?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Joe
okay.
from
Family
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Mac from Always Sunny.
Okay.
And
Do you like Jacked Mac?
I
or
like Jack.
Jacked Mac?
I'm
I
okay
like
with
Fat
it.
Mac.
I like.
You like Fat Mac?
I like both.
Yeah, and
But he
I.
looks great jacked.
I'm like actually I skew more towards fat dudes, but if they're going to be able to like, are they going to sweat on me? That's fine. That's a thing, especially in Texas. But if they're like, I'm out of breath midway,
Yeah, like they need to be able to do the job.
they have
So you wouldn't
to-
go Cam from Modern Family. He's too big.
He's too effeminate.
Well, I'm just saying size wise.
Well, can I say this about Mac? I would rather take Fat Mac or Ripped Mac. What I don't like is like first couple of seasons, just like kind of skinny guy Mac.
You want them to commit to something.
Yeah.
Be
Like
who you are.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. With.
But Dennis. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis is good
Evil.
looking.
Like this guy.
Oh my god. Oh, so you like bears?
I guess so.
Let me see. Can I see that picture?
I mean, is that not the definition?
yeah, that's a bear.
A
That's
bear.
yeah.
I like a bear.
Yeah.
I like a bear that can.
I feel like you would have known this by now. Like you were like, I don't know.
But
and
but
I'm like,
but everyone calls themselves a bear. But I'm like, I need a bear that can run 40 yards.
yeah, a
A
real
muscle
bear,
bear.
an athletic
I
bear.
guess it's more of a muscle bear.
Yeah. Well, you know, everyone just uses terms and they just try to fit themselves into whatever box. Because some guys are like, they're like, I'm a bear, and I'm like, I don't know, you're 195 pounds and 6'2", so I'm gonna go ahead and say you're not. But
Yeah.
whatever you want to say. They think they have a little bit of hair on them. They're like, I'm a bear, and I'm like, calm down.
Yeah, and I also don't like to say what I like because it's like the opposite of my husband.
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah,
That makes sense though.
you know what? He fell into my life, and I'm glad that I didn't do a checkmark thing with him because he's the best thing that's ever
I
happened
don't
to me.
believe in the checkmark thing.
Yeah.
It's you're not drafting someone. It's more about like if your puzzle pieces fit. And it might not be exactly what you were like thinking you wanted, but it's just like you just work.
Yeah. What I like is that he is a person who acknowledges that our puzzle pieces are going to change shapes, and he is
Yeah.
willing to like change with me. So like that's why I think I'm going to live with him forever, is because like we don't know what's going to happen, and he's going to be malleable with me.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
Is it common or no? Is it common to have like the person that you're with be different from the people that you're just hooking up with?
Well, I think that if you're open, then yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would definitely make sense.
Well,
There
that
was
makes sense.
There was an episode of Entourage where Ari, the agent, he had like someone that was working for him that was a twin, and that guy fucked his twin's brother's wife, and Ari was like, "You cheated with your husband's twin? Like if I was gonna cheat, it'd be like, you know, a little Asian girl with pointy nipples. It wouldn't be an exact fucking replica of my wife. That's already not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like, we're learning.
I was like, Jesus Christ,
Jesus Christ.
Jimmy.
I mean, I don't know what kind of podcast.
I was like, he either nailed that quote or something
I nailed
happened.
that quote. For sure nailed that quote. But I think about it all the time because the twin brothers that
Which
played-
part do you think about?
Why
Pointy nipples?
Why would
The
you
tiny
cheat
Asian girl with the pointy
your-
nipples?
Why
Wait a
would
minute,
you?
we have Jimmy has to leave, so we have to wrap this up.
yeah.
So we have 2 segments on this show.
Okay.
The first segment is famous. It's
Do you have any questions for us?
Okay. I feel like I've been getting a lot of those questions
Of course.
out. Yeah.
There's no pressure if you. It's whatever you have or you don't have.
Okay. You said you used to hook up with girls.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever do that again?
Yes, and I have during the pandemic, but it would have to
Everyone
be
lost
like
their mind during that time.
it'd have to
fingered
be.
a
She
girl.
brought her boyfriend, and it would have to be like one of those things where she was so upfront with everything, where she was like, "Listen, I know you're married, I know you're gay, I know you're not gonna eat my pussy, and we're gonna have a fun time anyways." I'm like, okay.
Also, we always say we will fuck girls if their husbands are hot enough and want to be involved. That's the thing. It's like you
Yeah.
you're like you would be so much more down to fuck a girl with her fucking hot ass husband there who wants to interact with you.
Right? Or
Hear
if
that, Joe?
Yeah, if we went free, I'd have to go the other way.
dog your wife out.
Yeah. Finally, a dude who's willing to fuck my wife. Yeah, no, not
Yeah,
my
like,
thing.
what are you worried? Your gay guy's gonna take your wife?
That's great reverse psychology. No, dude. No. Fuck. What? No.
What? She's gonna get better dick than a bottom? I don't think so.
That would be brutal. Finding out that a bottom fucks better than me.
Yeah.
That would be tough.
Watching
You
it in
don't come
real
back
time.
from that. That's when you go to the rickety stool store, you know?
Rickety.
What's
oh,
the rickety stool store?
Think about it.
hang yourself.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
still don't get it. But our last segment,
If you actually, it's kind of what we've all been building up for this
the entire
moment.
time, which is if you were a gay man, would you rather have sex with me or Colton?
And why?
It's a good question. I feel like I need the Jeopardy music right now.
You could start by thinking what kind of gay guy you'd be.
And also, we do this at every episode, so no one's feelings ever get hurt.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with Colton.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. The tall thing.
Of course.
I don't think we'd be a match.
Well, no, you would be getting dogged out.
So I'm glad. So I think I made the right choice.
With that baseball player ass, you'd be done, buddy.
Yeah, I feel like I made a much safer choice.
Yeah.
We know Colton's down to be roofied.
Yeah,
He looks more like me. It could be a narcissistic endeavor, quite frankly.
You like walking? Don't go to Dylan. Your back's gonna be broke.
Yeah, I don't want any part of the shacks that
Of
you're
course,
doing.
of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
and we love you, and thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
you.
Where can people find you?
Yeah, my name is Joey Avery. I post stand-up all over YouTube under Joey Avery. I have a podcast called The Joey Show. I'm releasing a special later in the year, so keep an eye out for that. Instagram, TikTok, all under Joey Avery. And see me on the road, joeyavery.com/live.
Thank you
Hell
so much
yeah.
for doing the podcast.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Join our Patreon.
You guys, if you're just getting the main feed, you're missing out on half the things because we record an episode of Patreon every week.
Every single week, that's where we're telling way more dirty details on the Patreon. We actually fought on the Patreon for 6 months, but now it's and I actually asked somebody recently, and they said they loved that part. But now we're great.
Yeah, sorry, our friendship's still happening.
It's $5 a month. So if you join in, we do extra episodes every single week. It's mostly family style, sometimes with guests, but
Sometimes Dylan's on the road and I get Cowboy Cam in here and we go call another straight guy gay. It's fun.
so join patreon.com/someofthisiSbad.
Bye.
Bye.
Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horror.